whole thing back in 2011 when he passed away, I kind of had the idea. I was sitting on the couch. I actually had a knee injury, and I was just thinking about things, you know, MX school, everything, and I didn't decide to do a bike until this past year because I couldn't really decide what bike I wanted. So I found the KX125 2004, and I saw a guy build a conversion kit to a 2018. I was like, man, I really want to do that. It just hit me. I got to build this bike, and I found one real quickly, and we started working on it, and then wanted to do it in memory, you know, of him. I had a training session with one of my students, and his dad's name was Chris. He owns Legend Cycles. And we were trying to figure out why I wasn't starting. He's like, oh, I'll take it and I'll pull it apart and we'll get done. And then we got talking and, you know, let's do this whole thing. So what we did was we literally stripped it completely to the frame, got the frame powder coated. I mean, every little detail on the bike is pretty much brand new. The parts and the companies who I chose are the people who've been sponsoring me for years and the people that I've used for years, and really the look that I wanted. The motor, I ended up talking to VPE, Steven over there, and Fred, and I was talking about, hey, I wanted to redo this 125 motor and somebody I could trust and know that the motor is going to be really, really done right. Because like I told him, I'm going to keep this bike for hopefully forever. The sponsors and the products that are on there, the main thing is, you know, the reason I picked them is because they believe in what I'm doing. So in 2012, I decided I wanted to try out for the Buzz Creek Pro Race in the 250 class. I remember looking at my dad, you know, the whole thing after I set a goal was like, you know, I'm gonna race in nationals in Buzz Creek. The motocross track was a race that my brother used to go to when I was an amateur, and would always, you know, C class, B class. He was always there and, you know, helped me out on the gate, and, you know, his nickname was Buddy. So that was one race where I was like, I gotta hit that one after he passed. I was riding really, really hard. I was feeling good, and you know, I was in really good shape. And high-speed third-gear corner on a 450, and the front end just kicked out. My leg got caught, and literally went up, and dislocated to the side, and came back. And I didn't even crash. I rode off the side of the track, and it just felt like a crazy burning feeling. And I remember driving off the track, and literally just kind of leaned up against the truck, and I had to get somebody to help get me off the bike. And found out I destroyed my knee. MCL, ACL. I actually fractured my femur and my tibia because of the impact on how quick it was. It was a big eye-opener to I'm going to be off the bike for a long time. You know, my dad was such a big role model in my whole racing and anything I've ever done with motocross. So with Buddy passing and stuff, I think that my dad now sees a whole new change that I did. The biggest thing was to let him know like how important he was with all this, and this bike is, you know, real big for him as well. was so driven to, main focus. So say I want to do nationals, but I think that, this is gonna sound crazy, but I think that the injury was something that was meant to happen. It was like kind of a sign from him and, the man above to direct me into the motocross school. After that injury, my fire got really driven, and I helped out a lot of these kids that went and win regionals and won Loretta's even, and this is something like now I can look back and say like that was the best thing ever happened. I'd rather be doing this. Like I just had that feeling. Like one kid won Loretta's, and that kid sitting on on the podium that won any race I've ever won, amateurs, minios the 1 year, and stuff like that. I never had that best feeling that I had when that kid won. I remember calling my dad afterwards, and I was like, "Man, this is like something I really, really need to start doing." I think it's really, really cool. I think it's even the kids that are going up to the bike now and seeing the bike, and I've been joking with a couple of them, "Oh, maybe I'll let you ride it," and I think it's bringing the whole idea of I say I live with my brother now, and that bike is a piece of that school. But I think it's it gives the kids a motivational thing too. I think it's really cool that the kids know how in depth the bike means to me. I get to ride with the kids. I still need to, I'm going to run the number 17. That was my brother's number. Yeah, I'm like, look at my face now. I'm excited. brother was in a motorcycle accident, and we got the call. Actually, my mom got the call. I'll never forget the day. I was actually out front on a bicycle, and then just sitting out front, and my mom comes down. She's freaking out on the phone. I heard her in the house, and she's like, "Oh, we gotta go, buddy. Got in an accident." So I got the keys because she was all nervous, and I drove there. And the whole way there, I had a gut feeling something was going on. I was driving pretty fast to get there, and pulled up to the scene. The road was blocked off. I got out of the car, and I saw the guy pull a sheet over kind of my brother as I was walking to there, and my mom fell on the ground. I remember the cop kind of holding me back, and I'm going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" "Oh, we're just," he kind of said something to me "We just don't want everybody looking." It really bothered me. I didn't know what was going on. My mom obviously did, and then realization started happening, and my heart dropped, and I had to call my dad, and I'll never forget that phone call. After I was done, I fell on the ground and really, really started hitting me. When I got injured, I'm on the couch, and I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't go ride. I couldn't do any of that. So I was by myself a couple of days and ice in my knee, and I just kind of broke down and really cried. I'd be looking straight at you, and tears would come out of my eyes, and I didn't have an emotion. It was I started actually dealing with the emotions of what was going on. That, when my brother passed, was motocross was my kind of way out. I wasn't really dealing with it. I was riding, and it actually changed me riding. It gave me a whole different look at motocross. It was it's just me and the bike. I could go ride, and I didn't have to worry about a thing. Kind of run away from it.
The whole school, I was teaching a little bit before my brother passed away, but once he did, it really just kind of hit me. It was man, I started doing it. It was right after he passed. I was pretty bummed out, and I was helping kids out, and then, I don't know, it kind of just gave me this reality hit. I'm man, this is what I really, really need to be doing. It's all because of my brother. The MX school would not be the person I am today. Everything that I do with it is because of him. Oh, he'd be stoked on it. The biggest thing is that first kick, and then just holding that thing wide open is, I think, the big part of it. He's definitely going to be hopefully smiling down at it. what bike would I want to ride every single day? It would be a 125. And I think it's the best bike. He lived the way he lived, was just, always smiling, always laughing. And, we always just say, he's wide open. When you ride these 125s, that's how they are, just holding them wide open.